What's up, guys? It's Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training. Welcome back to another video. And today we're talking about how to improve your batting average. I'm going to share with you a few things that you can focus on to ultimately make more consistent contact and hit the ball harder. And we all know that if you get really good at making consistent, hard contact, good things are going to happen, right? You're going to get more hits and you're going to notice your batting average start to creep up too, okay? So that's what it's all about. Now, none of the things that we're going to be talking about in today's video are magic pills or potions. They're all simple, but they might not be easy. They're going to require some work on your end, but I'm telling you, if you actually go to the field and you put in the work, you're going to notice big time improvements in your average. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing when it comes to improving your average, don't miss the fastball, okay? But why? Why do I say don't miss the fastball? Well, for a few different reasons. Number one, a lot of pitchers like to rely heavily on their fastball. You're going to see fastballs. Maybe not every single pitch, right? You're going to get pitchers that definitely mix it up and throw other things, but more times than not, you're going to get a lot of fastballs throughout your games, right? And especially if you're able to work into hitters counts, pitchers, you know, they want to go back to their fastball to get back into the at-bat, right? To get a strike on you. Hopefully you either take it or you foul it off or you don't do damage with it, right? But especially when pitchers fall behind, a lot of times they're going to come back with a fastball. So you're going to get fastballs. You need to learn how to hit them, all right? And on top of that, another reason is great hitters. All of the great hitters out there, they make pitchers pay for leaving a fastball over the plate. All right, if you can't hit a fastball, if you can't make a pitcher pay for leaving a fastball out over the plate, you're going to be no good as a hitter, right? So you have to be able to crush those pitches. If they leave a mistake fastball right out over the white of the plate, it's crushable, you've got to do damage with it, all right? And then probably the most important reason why I say don't miss the fastball is because it's the easiest pitch to hit. And here's why I say that. Number one, it's the straightest pitch to hit. A curveball, it curves, right? A slider has movement, all right? A changeup is slower and it has movement, all right? So a fastball is straight. That makes it pretty simple to hit, right? It's not going to have typically a ton of movement on it. And on top of that, what do you do before the game when the pitcher's doing his pregame bullpen and when he's warming up in between innings? What are you timing? You're not timing his off-speed stuff, you're timing his fastball. You're sitting in the on-deck circle watching him warm up, right? And you're trying to get your timing down for his fastball. And so if you're timing his fastball, theoretically, if he throws you a fastball, you should be right on time. It should be easy to hit, right? And so I don't want to beat a dead horse here. I know that you understand what I'm talking about, but I think it's absolutely critical if you're looking to hit for a high average. You can't miss fastballs. All right, so the next thing, this one's huge. It's something I wish I discovered sooner, but if you want to hit for a high average, try this. Add either a push bunt or a drag bunt to your arsenal, or ideally, add them both to your arsenal. Now, this is going to take practice. This is not something that you just go out into a game and all of a sudden you're a pro at it. It takes a lot of practice, but I'm telling you, the practice is worth it, because even if you lay down a few drag bunts or a few push bunts throughout the course of a season, that's going to add up to more hits, and you're going to notice an improvement in your average, okay? So a drag bunt. Typically a drag bunt, what you're trying to do is you're trying to pinch the ball really close to the foul line and you're trying to leg it out, okay? So for a right-handed hitter, it would be, you know, you're stepping in the batter's box, you're not showing early like a sacrifice bunt, okay? It's a time when you're showing really late, like when the ball is on the way, when the pitcher's at his release point, when it's too late for him to, you know, change where he's throwing the ball or anything like that. You're showing it really late. That way the pitcher is late, he's breaking late, and so is the third baseman. But for a right-handed hitter or a left-handed hitter, what you're really trying to do is you're trying to show it late. You're trying to drop. For a right-handed hitter, you're dropping this back foot here. You're setting the angle of your bat. And what you're really doing is you're trying to pinch the ball, again, as close to the third base line as possible, and you're legging it out. Now, when would be a great time for you to add this? A great time would be if the third baseman is playing really deep, or if he's just simply not paying attention. If he's falling asleep over there, you can't make it obvious, but just make it part of your routine as you're walking up to the plate. Kind of look around the infield real quick, scan the infield, and make it part of your routine so it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. But if you notice, hey, he's sleeping over there, he's playing way back, he's just not ready to go, that's a great time for you to, last second, surprise everyone, lay down that drag bunt. And then a push bunt is more when you're trying to push it past a player, push it past the pitcher. So a great time to do this Typically this would be like towards the second baseman. But a great time would be if the pitcher, if he's falling off as he's throwing, all of his momentum is causing him to fall off towards the third base side. So if he's falling off towards the third base side, right, and he throws, and last second I lay down a push bunt where I'm trying to push it past the pitcher towards the second baseman, there's no way he's going to be able to change directions that quick and field it. And the second baseman, if you place it right, he's going to have to make a heck of a play in order to get you out. So those two things, again, they're great for, just catching the defense by surprise and getting on base, or it's great when, your team's struggling to get anything going, or when you're struggling to get something going. It's just a great tool to have in your back pocket that you can go to throughout the course of a season. So practice adding a drag bunt and a push bunt to your repertoire. All right, this next thing, it's so critical to your success as a hitter and to hitting for a high average. Be in the box ready to hit. Be in the box ready to go, ready to hit. So in other words, another way to say that is don't throw away pitches. Don't waste pitches. You definitely don't want to throw away at bats, but you don't even want to throw away pitches. What I mean by throwing away a pitch is we've all been there before where, it could be your first at bat of the day, could be your last at bat of the day, whatever the case may be. You could be 4 for 4, you could be 0 for 4. Doesn't really matter, but you step in the batter's box and for whatever reason, he throws you a crushable pitch that's right over the middle of the plate or right where you like it, wherever that may be, and you're just not truly ready to hit. And you don't pull the trigger and you take it, and all of a sudden you're looking back at the umpire and it's strike one. And you step out and you're kicking yourself, right? We've all been there before where you're like, man, what was I doing? I hope he throws me another one of those, but what was I doing? Why did I not swing the bat there? That was a crushable pitch. And in that case, that's kind of a wasted pitch. And so, the higher that you climb up the ranks of baseball, you're only going to get so many crushable pitches every at bat. When you're younger, you're going to get more of them traditionally, right? But professional hitters, they might only get maybe 2 pitches per at bat. Sometimes maybe it's even just 1 pitch per at bat that's really a great pitch in the zone where they like it, that they've got timed up and everything, and they can crush it. And if they miss that pitch, they're still going to fight their way through the at bat, but they might have, if they missed that pitch, they might have thrown away that at bat. Right? And so at every single level, no matter what level you're at, you've got to focus on whether it's your first at bat of the first, opening day game of the season, or it's your very last at bat, your 6th at bat in your championship or whatever the case may be. Does not matter. You've got to be in the box ready to hit. We're not here to see pitches, get deep into counts. We're here to bang. We are here to hit, right? And so whenever you get in the batter's box, be ready to go. If you're not ready to go, call time and get yourself ready to go because it's so important. And then the last tip that I want to share with you, all great hitters, they make adjustments. And so if you want to hit for a high average, you've got to make adjustments. You've got to make adjustments pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat, game to game, and even season to season in reality. You've got to always be making adjustments. Now, season to season adjustments, those might be more of your major swing overhauls or whatever. You might be trying something new. I'm not saying that every single pitch you've got to completely change what you're doing, especially if things are working for you. But let's say your first at bat, you come up to the plate, right? And you maybe have a good at bat, but the last pitch he throws you is a curveball in the dirt, and unfortunately you swing at it. You swing at it, you chase it, you swing and miss, you strike out, right? Well, the definition of insanity, Albert Einstein says that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you're second at bat, you come up and you do the exact same thing. You again strike out on that curveball in the dirt, and then you come up your third at bat and you do the same thing again, right? You're not learning from your previous at bats and you're not making adjustments, and so your batting average is going to show it. The best hitters in the world, they make adjustments. Now, baseball's a game of failure. You're going to fail. You might swing at that curveball in the dirt. Nothing wrong with it. It happens to the best of us, right? Every single hitter out there who's played long enough, you're going to have plenty of times when you swing at bad pitches. It's just part of the game. But your second at bat, or after your first at bat, when you go back into the dugout, you have to make some type of an adjustment. And in the game of baseball, I'll tell you, a lot of players are focused on physical adjustments. In reality, the majority of your adjustments should be mental adjustments, right? Your swing's fine. Chances are your swing's fine. It's between the ears. It's something going on up here, all right? It's between the ears. It's your timing. It's your vision. And so, you know, your second at bat, you could tell yourself after swinging at that curveball in the dirt, you can tell yourself, all right, the next time I come up, he's probably, if he gets 2 strikes on me, he might go to that pitch again. So what I'm going to do this time, last time that pitch started out about belt high, maybe a little lower than belt high, and it broke down and out of the strike zone. But I saw it, I recognized it. It started out as a low strike and it broke even lower. I saw the spin, but I just didn't think it'd break that much. So the next time up, what I might do, the adjustment I might make, is I might say, well, in order for me to swing, actually take a hack at that curveball, I've got to see that curveball up. I've got to see it up. I've got to like adjust my sights up a little bit higher. So I know that if he throws me a curveball and it starts up a little bit high, it's going to break down for a strike, right? If it starts up here, it's going to break for a strike. But if it starts again by my knees like last time, I'm going to take it because it's going to break in the dirt. So that's a mental adjustment that you can make, and it's going to go a long ways, all right? So you got to make adjustments. If you're looking to make consistent hard contact and hit for a high average, you got to make adjustments pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat, game to game, and season to season for sure. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it'll help you improve your batting average. If you like this one, leave it a like. I'd really appreciate that. And please subscribe to the channel. We're coming out with new baseball videos every single week, and I don't want you to miss them. So subscribe and be sure your notifications are on. Hit that little bell, all right? Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time.